fuck is this shit? How the fuck do I do this again? Hi, everybody. Quick shout-outs to some lovely people in chat. Hello, Sophie. Hello, River. Hello, Tay. Hello, everybody who has reappeared literally at the drop of a hat. Like, River was straight in here, like, the moment I went live. I'm flummoxed. And I know the general rule is not to look at the viewer count, but I'm already at 8 viewers somehow. Like, what? 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 What is this? But yeah, thank you all very much for coming along. It's nice to see you all again. I'm gonna be upfront about this. I don't know if this is gonna be a regular thing again. Literally on holiday and dropped everything to get in chat. Tay. I don't think my alerts are working, but Triss, thank you so much for resubbing. Triss's message simply reads, gay, 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 gay. Yes, we know you are, Triss. We absolutely know you are, and we love you for it. And I hope you never changed from being the absolute disaster that you are. Thank you for coming along. So, I know I don't have to explain, but I want to. I kind of dipped with little to no warning. Hello, Sam. Swedish! Hello! Yeah, I kind of dipped out on streaming for a while. Simply put, I kind of fell out of love with gaming as a whole. So I was just streaming because I was streaming. And if you were watching any of them, I wasn't there for it. I wasn't bringing it. I was just going through the motions. And that's not fun for anybody. By the way, is the music all right versus my mic levels? Like, it looks like it, but I want to be sure. Like, the music could probably come up a little bit louder. It's at a good level. The music's a little low. Okay, cool. Let me bump that a bit. Let's go for there and see how that looks. You have 21k tokens to spend. Yes. So, I don't, as I've said like a few times now, I don't know if this is going to be a regular thing or not. So what happened last year was, so I was streaming a lot through 2024 because I've been made redundant. I was trying to make a thing of this and clearly not succeeding. But to all those who donated and everything, your support did and still does mean the world to me, and just sort of helped me keep my sanity a bit. And then in 2025, I started working a lot more, and I got myself a fairly big and regular client. And off the back of that, I then had a bit of break. And that's when I was streaming, and I think I was just tired, to be completely honest with you. I think I was just tired, so I needed some time to just settle back and reset. And then I just haven't had the bug to stream in a while. Is pretty much the only thing I have really to say on that front. I just didn't have that zeal to do it again. So, yeah. And then about a month and a half ago, I landed a big boy contract. So I'm basically working full time, which is fucking phenomenal. I can't even begin to tell you how good that feels. Oh, yes. River, can you grab me an iced coffee while you're at it, please? Mocha, if possible. We'll talk, Triss. We'll talk. But yes, so I've now got a big contract that I'm working, and That is what I am doing. I will not be going into the specifics of who I am working for and what I am doing, simply because I want to sort of keep that a little bit separate from what I do. It's probably going to be lukewarm at best by the time it gets to you. It's fine. I can just sling it in the freezer. It would be grand. Bringing liquids on a plane is a massive hassle. Yeah, that is true. That is very, very true. All right, I respect it. I'm working for the mafia, aren't you? I can't tell you that, Tay, for legal reasons. But yeah, and then a couple of my friends have been streaming, and one of them started asking me for advice and a few bits, and I got the bug again. I actually feel like streaming. So we're going to see how this goes. I'm not making promises because I don't want to say to you guys, I'm back, I'm going to be streaming 7 days a week, 24 hours while working at the same time, because that's just nuts. So for the moment, I'm just going to stream as and when I feel like it, and I'm going to restrict it to the evenings because a lot of friends who used to watch me stream couldn't watch my day-to-day streams, and I kind of want to give them a spot to get back in here and would like to see them again. You apologise if you're a bit rambunctious today. That's okay, Sophie. We love rambunctious. So, yeah, as I say, we'll see how this goes, and if I have a good time, and if you all have a good time, and if thousands upon thousands of pounds hits my PayPal, that's a joke, yeah, then maybe I'll start doing this again. And it might be that I also do some streams with friends. Like, I just want to keep it lighthearted. I'm not treating this as a career. This is one of my hobbies again, if I go forward with this. So if I make money off it, I make money off it. If I don't make money off it, I don't give a shit. I think you guys have heard me waffle long enough, haven't you? Back to holiday, we'll catch up with D&D soon. Yes. Thank you, Tay. Have fun. Say hi to Angel for me. Right, so you guys have heard me chat shit for long enough now. Let's play some fucking Factorio. So the absolute heroes that are my friend Jordan and his wife bought me the Space Age DLC, and as you can see from this, Jordan and I have been playing that together quite a lot. So I'm just going to do a completely new save, just for you guys, just because, and we're going to decide on some settings. So what do we want to do here? I kind of don't want to be limping my way through, so I might just do... What is it? What is rich? Yeah, rich resources. I might just bump everything up a bit and see how we go. You'll have to tell me about your new venture and hobby that is LARPing. Ooh. Do you know what? Let's actually... Yeah, let's... Right, we're on 100%. I'm going to 300 everything. No, frequency will stay the same. We're just going to 300 everything else. Because I've been playing that way with Jordan, and I've been having a lot of fun. But yeah, tell me about LARPing, Sam. How's that been? What has been new with you? And also, my dear friends, because I am absolutely terrible streamer, I will need you to remind me to periodically check YouTube chat just to make sure that I'm not leaving them behind, because that would be quite dickish. I should have done a Blue Sky post thinking about it now, actually, shouldn't I? Because then people can, because they, fuck it. If they're not following, it's fine. As I say, I'm not committing to anything right now. Triss likes to LARP as funny on the internet every day, and she commits to that LARP so much. Right, let's have a preview of the world. That's actually quite a reasonable spawn. I'm just going to run with that. Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. And that, kids, is why you don't let somebody without a license fly your spaceship. Yeah, cool, fine. I know what I'm doing. Right, first things first, though. I need to change this to a nice colour. What do we think? Oh, ooh. Ooh, a little more teal. I like that. That's better. So you got into the LARP system, your girlfriend is a part of and came into it after an open event, and 3 events in, you're loving every moment of it. That's good. Thank you, Triss. Appreciate you. Right, let's take this crap apart, shall we? So, you're still getting used to combat and whacking people with swords. Oh, you absolutely have to bludgeon people with swords. Like, it's the correct thing to do. Right, if all goes well with this job and I have enough money, I'm considering picking up HEMA as a form of exercise. And for those of you who don't know what HEMA is historical European martial arts. And the sword I want to learn is the Bastard Sword. And I know there's a club local to me that does it. So I'm going to explore that. I was about to say, I didn't check for a coal node, but there's one right there. So that's good. That's very good. Right, what have I got in my inventory? I have a single burner miner, a furnace, some wood, and some iron plates. My ADHD's at the wheel today, which is good. No, Triss. You have to say it right. You've got to put the right bit of emphasis on it. It's bastard. You have to say it like Sean Bean. Bastard. Really get the emphasis on that. Sophie, why don't you learn to fence while pole dancing? That would be a thing. But yeah, another thing I've been up to that I kind of kept in the background while I was streaming and didn't talk about much, which is actually kind of factors into why I backed off streaming a bit, was I started writing a couple of years ago. Just for fun. So I do a D&D game with some friends. And let that do its thing for a while, just get some of that. And from that D&D campaign, I got loads and loads of writing ideas. So I actually just sat down and started writing a book. And that's a thing I've been doing. And I've actually been posting it online. And thank you, Magda. You're too kind. I didn't see you lurking there. Yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with that. And it was just a nice little creative endeavour for me. So I'm having a lot of fun with that. And it's on AO3. I'm actually posting it on AO3. I've got 31 chapters up and nearly 60,000 words, which is wild to me. But hey, you got to try these things every once in a while. Right, let's wang this in here. Oh, that's just wrapped up. So you get that. Now smelt me some iron. Now, I need another burner, so I'm going to need some stone from that. And then we'll get the iron going. We've got a good little water pool that I can pollute later. But yeah, so I feel like I'm settling back into a nice rhythm, which is quite nice. I just don't feel like I need to throw all my energy at streaming now. So, like, coming on here and just having a chill chat with you guys is so nice. It's so nice. I'm not worried. I am zen. I'm at peace with the world around me. And I think as well, it's safe to say that mental health wise, I think I'm possibly in the best place I've been in a long time, which is great. Make a shed load of furnaces. Let's jump into another campaign of mine as I'm the reason I fell into the D&D rabbit hole. Oh no. What's this? Who's messaged me? Right. So, I was mining. Yeah, but enough about me rambling and everything I've been up to. What have you guys been doing? So, like, Sophie's wanting to fence and pole dance, or, well, pole dance with swords. Sam's LARPing like an absolute legend. Tay's on holiday. Triss is cosplaying somebody funny. What's going on? Tell me all of the things. Triss is doing game dev. Yes, you've been sharing some of that. And fanfic writing. Yes, I have been seeing that you post that. By the way, if anybody is interested in my writing, just I might if you're really interested, I'll drop it into chat. Soon you and your beloved will be able to stream Undertale. Aw, cute. Has she never played Undertale before? Because if not, she is in for a ride. Oh god, she's in for a ride. I'm waiting for Deltarune to be complete before I pick it up. I've seen that all the classic Resi games have made it to Steam. Or the classic versions of like Resi 2, 3 and all that have made their way to Steam recently. Also, I've heard rumours. Right, hold on. Shh. Come here. I've heard rumours. I don't know how true they are. And at this point, I'm afraid to believe. Because I don't want to get hurt again. But I have heard that there's a new Star Fox game in development. I'm daring to dream, but I'm not daring to hope. But yeah, it's a new Star Fox game on the horizon, which, for anybody who looks at my name, you'll kind of understand why that's a big deal for me. You were waiting for me to... Triss! We're friends! I would never do something like that. To mock you. Unbelievable. You expect me to have the patience to set up a joke like that? I'd just mock you directly. Hello, Cheapness. How are you doing? Dino Crisis is coming back. Holy crap, that's a name I've not heard in a hot minute. I mean, I haven't seen the second Mario film, so... Spoilers, maybe? Question mark? Who knows? How have you been, Cheapness? Long time no see. I keep seeing you in the Jinx server, by the way. That wasn't meant to go in there. I have a brick. No, I knew he was in it. I just haven't seen the... Yes, I am acutely aware of that as well, and I am mildly amused by that. I've got loads of wood, so wooden box. So, all right, Magda, you may go to bed. Sleep the good sleep, and rest. Fox played by Spy Kids 3D legend Glenn Powell. Who is he in Spy Kids 3D? Made the wheat... No, Sophie, no! It's cursed! I don't judge people for what they write, but I know what I stay away from. He was the MC for the big mech battle. Ooh, cool. That's cool. Right. I'm looking at my new now playing thing, and I didn't realize it would do like animated thumbnails and things. Because I was having a look at it, and it's got like a spinning vinyl option as well, and I thought, no, that'll be far too distracting for people. And now it's doing that. I should have just gone for the spinning vinyl. Whoopsie. Well, feck. We live, we learn, and yeah. So one of the other things that I'm planning on doing with streaming, if this does indeed become a regular thing again, I used to just stream for a set amount of time. And I think that's kind of what contributed to the burnout a bit, because I was just playing for the sake of playing. So, like, with this, my goal here is to just get the basics set up, and if I feel like I want to keep going, then I'll keep going, but I'm not going to force myself. What do I need for steam power? More iron plates. Yep, I know, Triss. I was going to make a comment, but A, I think it might be mildly offensive to you, and B, it'd just be mean. So I'm not going to do that. Oh, I need to hit Alt. Why didn't I do that? Rookie mistakes. No, don't worry about it. It's not worth saying. Wasn't even worth me mentioning, to be completely honest with you, so I don't know why I did. Oh well. Ah, steam power is finished. Right. So offshore pump, and then we'll get the rest together in a bit. How does the map look in terms of pollution? We are safe for the moment. We've got a little bug nest over here, but I'll worry about that later. In terms of research, I need to get circuit boards done, and I need to get a science place done. A lab, that's the word I was after. Right, you're okay for fuel. Steam powered. Should add swords to Factorio. But shotguns. What else we got? Oh, it's like riding a bike, this, isn't it? You just kind of get back into the groove of it. Shotgun with a bayonet. Now I think you're just getting into Helldivers territory. Let's see. I need more furnace. Surely you could mod that in yourself, though, Triss. Like, knowing you. It's the kind of thing you would do. Too lazy. Ah, fair enough. So, what I'm going to do is... below this stone node is going to be where the factory starts proper. And then the bus is just going to form down here, and I'm just going to build off of that, and we'll work downwards. Yeah, I had a massive bout of nostalgia recently because I discovered that Scrubs was on Disney Plus. Yeah, no worries, Sam. And I haven't watched that show since my teen years, basically, when it was on E4 all the time. Hello, Yuki. How are you, my friend? You remember your parents really liked Scrubs back when it first aired. Yeah, it was a great show, and I quite liked it, and just could never put my finger on why I liked it so much. And I rewatched it fairly recently, and I kind of had a massive mental crash through my entire 20s watching it. Um, and the main thing as well is, like, obviously there's bits of it that absolutely would not fly today, for obvious reasons. But there was so much heart in the show, and I absolutely loved it. And I learned the revival was going to be airing soon, so picked that up and gave it a watch. And the revival's so good. It is just, now that I'm a bit older, it kind of strikes a whole different chord with me. You're lazy and relaxed today, taking it slow and easy. So, for people who don't know Yuki, Yuki is a friend of mine that I made through a VN server. In fact, a VN that I helped, one of the studio's VNs, I helped make, and I did the audio for. And I got Yuki into a writing server to practice with some editing, and Yuki has proven to be incredibly talented at it, and she's now starting to write herself. So massive high fives to Yuki. We love Yuki in this chat. You should go follow Yuki. Yes, and there's a storyline that I hope in the Scrubs revival that I hope they pick at a bit more. I won't go too deep into it, but basically Turk massively struggles with burnout, and it reminds me a lot of a stage of burnout I went through in my career, and it made me a not very nice person. And I'll own that. It was me not at my best. But I've learned and grown from it, and being able to see that sort of from the outside was just sort of like a really nice bit of reflection. And it's still got so much heart, that Scrubs. So I'm really glad, because I was so worried it wasn't gonna land. Yeah, I mean, I loved the original. Yeah, I feel like the show has grown up with me as well, which is good. Yeah, I've watched the first season. There's loads of good nods to the original season while still having its own identity. I think it's only like 8 episodes though. I've also been watching Daredevil because I absolutely loved that show when it was on Netflix, and it's just so goddamn good. I've also been watching Maul because Darth Maul is now voiced by Sam Witwer, who was Starkiller from The Force Unleashed, and I absolutely loved Starkiller. And Disney, damn it, make him canon. I don't care how you do it, but bring back Starkiller and let Sam Witwer voice him again. And yes, give me this thing, because I want Starkiller. And Sam Witwer is now just one of my favourite voice actors in the industry. He's so enthusiastic, and it's just infectious, and I absolutely love him. And I just want to see more of his work. But yeah, he voices Darth Maul now, which is absolutely incredible. And he talks about sharing that character with Ray Park, who I believe was the physical... was the actual physical actor for Darth Maul in Phantom Menace. And I'm still desperately and gently dying over wanting Revan to be canon and waiting for the fucking KOTOR remake to be a thing, but that's stuck in development hell. I dare to dream. I dare to dream. But enough about that. Enough about that. Trying to think what else has been going on. It was my birthday earlier this month. I'm now 33 years old. And some of you may think, Hayden, now that you're 33, clearly you must be older, wiser, far more mature. And my answer, my dear friends, to that is no. Absolutely not. Growing up is for cowards. Did I get anything for my birthday besides older? Yes, I did. So as I mentioned earlier, so I got a slew of games for my birthday, and a few other bits. My parents came up and took us out for lunch, but one of my dear friends, Magda, actually did some artwork for me for my writing project, which was really fucking cool. So that was pretty a hype. Excuse me. But yeah, I had a great birthday. It was nice and chill. I took a chill day with Louise and got to spend time with her, which was absolutely wonderful. And yeah, it's been nice. Let's see, what am I doing? I need some coal. I also need to get the next level of mining, which is there. So we're going to have to work towards that. First up, though, let's get some power. So I need another furnace. I need some iron plates. I've got the iron plates, so I should have some stone. Right, grab that. I want a boiler, and I want 2 steam engines. And a little bit of pipage. No, I'm not getting into crypto. No, I value the planet too much. Falcoin is not going to be a thing. Oh, dear. Right. I need some copper plate now. Yeah, no worries, Yuki. I'll catch you later if you come back. Cryptozoology is the only form of crypto. But what about cryptography, like studying codes and shit? That's fun. So when I was at school, I was regarded as gifted and talented, read autistic enough to function, and yet not burnt out enough by the world yet. And it was with that mindset that I got to go on special trips and things from school. And one of the ones I got to go on was like a cryptography course. And one of the things they actually showed us was they actually had an actual Enigma machine that they could show us. And that's a fascinating bit of engineering. Fascinating bit of code work. And that was just really cool to see. Right. You go in there. We'll build later. Hi, DSJ. How you doing? Right. I now need a lab. What do I need for lab? I need circuits. I need coal. You're okay, that's what we like to hear. Right. How much has that got left? Do you know what? Let's pop that there, because we are going to need that. Stuff it, that can live there. Sophie, you're already an enigma. Right, that goes in there. And then I don't really need to worry about stone for a little while, so let's just wang the rest of this in here. Wow, that was a trip of the tongue. Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, so, do I have many plates? Well, I've got shed loads of plates. It's iron I need, actually. Yeah, there's a game I'm looking forward to next month, though, which I think is going to surprise some of you. Paralives is coming out next month. It's basically a Sims clone, and I'm mega excited for it. I've been waiting for it for years. And it just looks so good. Right. That's going up there. It's doing things like that. So looking forward to picking that up. I've also got a busy weekend. So me streaming on weekends is going to be a very, very rare occurrence now. So, like, this weekend, I'm most likely going to be on Asia time. So I might even be too wiped out to stream again next Monday if the mood so takes me. Alright, there we go. I'm making a science lab. Alright. Okay, so we've got our lab. What needs to happen now is I need to get making some research, which I can make some of. What do I need in order to research this miner? Okay, I need 25 science. Dog is trained in science? What dog is trained in science? What the dog doing? The Labrador. I think I'm remembering why I stopped streaming. I'm kidding. I'm joking, Sophie. Right. There we go. I now need a shed load of coal. Who be buzzing me? Dexter's Labrador. Uh, I actually watched Dexter not too long ago. I watched it for the first time. It was enjoyable, but there were some moments that were a bit odd. It's an interesting show, but yeah, towards the end of the seasons, it got a bit odd. The final seasons. Have some coal. Oh right, I actually need to tell it to research stuff. Yep, I'm being stupid. Okay. Right, so the electric drill is doing its thing. Hooray! Thank you for the vote of confidence. Okay, so first electric miner is obviously going to have to be up here at the coal. So I'm going to start running out some power. I don't want to go too close to the bug. I should be fine. Okay, so I'm building my power spine that I'll then replace later. Yeah, let's bring this all the way over here. Okay, that goes down here. And we'll leave that there for now, because now we've got a decent spread. I should probably get a load of iron plates together and just start making up just some circuit boards just to have handy. You also started a Factorio run recently. You've been the power grid person with a phone during a good chunk of the other logistics. Myself and Jordan have been playing through a lot of it, just having a great time, working our way through. We got to space recently for the first time, and it was absolutely phenomenal. We crashed our first platform because we did not prepare enough defenses against incoming asteroids. It was absolutely phenomenal. Power Spine sounds like a brand of cybernetic spine. And now for the Nintendo Switch 2, the Nintendo Power Spine. An offshore pump can feed 200 boilers. That's cool. I like that. I guess I'd also best start just laying conveyors ready to feed this. Huh, today I learned. Right. That's run out of iron ore. So we'll just get those smelting up. How are you doing up here? You're almost out of coal, but that's fine. Once you run out of coal, I'm probably going to replace that anyway. I just need shed loads of conveyor belts so I can run coal down here, and I'm also going to do a split so that I can feed a few other bits. There we go. Electric miner. Right. Ooh, just out of range. Okay. No. Let's lop this tree down. And pop that there. Right. A box can live there short term until this runs out. I just need a wooden box to act as my dumping ground. Wooden box, where shall you live? Wooden box, I don't know why I'm trying to do a parody of an Ailstorm song, but here we are. That just be how it is. Also, Sophie, I think if I did a split, I'd hurt myself. Right, can I make any... No. You have obtained dinner. What is your dinner, Triss? What deliciousness have you achieved tonight? Vegan burgers with red beets. Ooh. Interesting. Let's just choose some of this out. Da, 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 da. Right. I need 10 science. Right. To the dumping box. I'll just get research while we get this done. Also, I don't know what it's been like for the rest of you, but we have had some absolutely fantastic weather over the past couple of days. In fact, I've actually been trying to make a point to get outside a bit more because I started noticing I was getting a little bit. Ugh, I needed some outside time, and I finally made that happen. And I'm starting to make that happen a bit more often, which is great because otherwise I would just sit in here all day and I would quite honestly make myself miserable. There's only so much you can do before you get utterly, utterly bored. Right. I need more iron plates. Yeah, but there's only so much time I personally can spend staring at the same four walls. Like one of my goals for this year is to pull this office out and redo it, and we're Louise and I are talking about redoing the whole flat as well. Because it's just long overdue, and we've been wanting to do it pretty much since we bought the place, but it's just been money has been the problem. And now that the wedding is past, and I'm starting to earn decent money again, that's something that's viable now. Yeah, sitting in a different room doesn't really work, though. It's nice to just go out. Zare, how you been? It's going well. Going very, very well. Getting a lot happier that I decided, like, gradually realising that it's good to come back. Right, I want this next. Right, so I need 20 science next, so we can get making on that front. Hi, Callista. How are you? Ooh, there's an idea. I've had an idea, guys. I know that's incredibly dangerous, but it's happened. What have you been up to, Zari, since I last saw you? It's been far too long. It has been a determinate amount of time. Hi, Callista. Oh, wait, I have a box. That box is going to live there. Glory to dangerous ideas. I mean, it's part of the fun, isn't it? Right. I was going to dump this off in the lab. That'll be enough for it to go on while that makes. And pop that there. Right, that's going to do its thing while logistics developed. No worries, Triss. Enjoy pondering life in bed. Or whatever it is you do. I'm not going to question what you do in the privacy of your own bedroom. Ah, that is an oversight on my part. But yeah, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, I got a new job. The reason I stopped streaming was I got a bit burnt out on gaming, took a break, focused a lot more on writing, which has been a fun personal project of mine. And I now have a big boy contract, and I'm basically now running a business, which is quite unnerving, if I'm being completely honest with you. There we go. Look at that. Automation. It's basic as sin, but it works. I should probably make some armor. But I've got bigger fish to fry. I need to grab some more brick if there's any in that furnace. Not convinced there will be, but there's only one way to find out. There is not. Burn the stone. I am just checking a few things. Yeah, this'll do. This will do. Oh, that boiler's out of fuel. That's somewhat suboptimal. That's fine. I have shed loads of fuel. Alright, get that all hooked in. Good, and I still have coal left over for the boiler. Right, gonna make a shed load of plates. One of the first things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get gear production sorted out. I'm actually thinking about it because Jordan and I have been the way Jordan and I have been doing it is we add gears to our main bus, but I'm now wondering if if it would be smarter just to add gear production onto any branch of the main bus that requires them to be made, because then that would stop our overall iron production just being sapped. Might be more efficient that way. Yeah, it's the trick. Like, I'm still figuring out how to play this properly in some ways, but I'm just having fun mostly. I should get gun turrets underway. I need both splitters. Splitter, I hardly know her. What? There is one way to play Factorio and inefficiency will not be tolerated. Oh, you're going to hate this stream then. I do everything inefficiently. Right, let's go. Taking a page out of my book and using your evil for good. Ah, excellent. The torment of characters shall continue. It's the only way to write. At least in my eyes it is. But then again, I'm evil. Alright. I just really want to get this branch of the coal output hooked up, because then that'll be self-sustaining power. Alright, that's running out of iron as well. I should get a few more electric drills going, but I just want to get this conveyor path hooked up first. Right. Oh yeah, quite looking forward to Wednesday. So my beloved wife and I are going to go to the cinema on Wednesday, I believe it is. Either Wednesday or Friday. No, it's definitely Wednesday. Liverboy, that is a name I haven't heard in a while. Hello, friend. How have you been? Good. I've been telling everybody that I randomly dipped out of streaming because I got burnt out on gaming, and I've now since picked up a Billy Big Bollocks contract, and I'm basically now running my own business. So this is absolutely what is it? What's a good term I could use here? Utterly pant-browningly terrifying. It is cool. And I've been getting some good freelance work done. Looking for employees abroad. Unfortunately, I am not in the business of hiring. It is just me. I am a sole trader, and it's good fun. I tell you what, I did do over December though. I actually worked on the darts championship at Alexandra Palace in London. That was actually a really fun gig. I spent 10 days working for pretty good money, I will say, working on the fan cams. What do I think? What kind of things do I do? Big picture. So, I basically work in TV and broadcast. I do a little bit of everything. What have I done? I've lost connection to chat. Bear with me. I'm just hoping my internet hasn't fallen over. Okay, no, we're fine. We're good. So the things I've done is I've worked in esports. I've worked on live sports. I've worked for the D&D podcast, which I can talk about now. I can talk about that now. That's something I forgot. But yeah, so I've been an audio mixer. I've been a camera operator. I've been last year, roughly around this, around this time last year, I worked on on the E-Premier League for EAFC. I was a technical manager for the B stream. So I was doing this, but I was cutting between cameras, mixing audio and putting the graphics on screen, with support of really cool crew and all sorts. I've then done vision mixing for a D&D podcast, which is really cool. And that's now releasing. That's now made it to the public sphere. At the moment, I can't really go into what I'm doing now, but I can say that I'm working in motorsports, basically, which was really out of left field thing. But I've done that before. I've been a channel manager for Extreme E, Rallycross, and a few other bits, which is really quite cool. And I'm definitely not bored most of the time. And I still do esports events when I can get my grubby little mitts onto them. But it's very much a case of I have one major contract now, which is now my anchor in life, keeping me happy and a roof over my head. Is there a flipping... Yeah, there is. That's fine. What on earth did that pick up? I'll allow that message. No, but the hours are a bit wacky. I basically don't go anywhere, but I step through time zones like you step down the road. So over the weekend I was on America time, and this weekend I'll be on Asia time and all sorts. So that's quite entertaining. You and your org are trying to start a local major for the FPS game, the finals. All you need is sponsors and funders. Think you can get some contacts? I personally don't. I'm quite out the loop on that kind of thing, but I can certainly ask. I can certainly ask around the few people I do know, but I've just been so far out of the esports game, it's unreal. The better people to ask would be people like Cole and Stumpy and Crafters. I can't cast. I would love to be able to cast, but I overthink way too much, and I try and say everything at once, and I just trip over, and I basically sound like I'm having a stroke. So it's a nice idea, but casting's definitely not for me. I'm very much a behind the camera guy. I've accepted that these days. How's that different from usual? You're not wrong. You're just an arsehole. Right. So we've now got our power situation sorted out. So now I can just full bore focus on reinforcing our coal output, which is the main thing I need. No worries, Sophie. Enjoy your shawarma. I mean, here's okay, Liverboy. Here's the thing. Knowing Cole and Stumpy as I do, I think they would love to hear that, like hear from you. And as long as you're being quite earnest in what you're wanting to do, they should have all the time in the world. Like, ask them genuinely. Just ask them. The worst they can do is say no. Liam. All right, Liam. Yeah, just ask them. That's like with everything that I've done. I like the lesson that I have learned is if you don't ask, you don't get. Like the current state of my career at the moment is completely because I asked a single person for a favor and it kicked off big time. Right, so I can mostly leave this unsupervised. Right, let's start reinforcing the coal output now. Then maybe the other thing, then maybe you need to sort of broaden out who you speak to. Like, Crafters is a good shout because he might be able to give you some ideas. There's then also, right, so there's a few people there. Otherwise, you could reach out to other people who do like grassroots esports stuff and see what they have to say. Because the main thing is like going and getting sponsorships is difficult because you kind of have to show them what it is exactly they are, how it benefits them. You can't just turn around and say to them, "Oh yeah, can you sponsor this event because we'd love to, because this is a cool thing we do." You kind of have to like say, "We're doing this thing, we want to do it, and we'd like you to sponsor it. In exchange, you are going to have your business name plastered over the stream, shout outs, and you're going to get eyeballs and things which may convert into business for you." And you've really got to take that option. And if they ask, like, if there's money involved, you got to tread quite carefully there. Because as much as people would like to believe it, the world is not built on trust me, bro. And the more that you can demonstrate that you've given it serious thought and outlined it, the more seriously they will take you. And as well, like with an esports tournament, like your outlet has got to have a decent bit of vision on it to begin with. So yeah, you said this was the finals, wasn't it? That's that fast-paced shooter with destructible environments, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so one of the difficulties is you're going to need to grassroots yourself up. So you have to like build a viewership for the channel. Like, what is it that you are offering that isn't available right now? Is there already an existing finals tournament? Are there some that already exist? Would you be able to partner with one in order to take it to a bigger thing, one with an established viewership and everything? Because one of the big mistakes that people starting out is if they think if, and I've fallen foul of this, is if you just do a thing with like with like great intentions and everything, that the viewers will come, and without a decent marketing budget that just doesn't really fly. One thing as well is you could also just reach out to the developers of the finals and say to them, hey, we want to do this thing, would you be on board for getting involved and helping us with it? And sometimes, and they might say yes, and they might say, who the fuck are you? No. And but again, it just boils down to don't ask, you don't get. And you have to take that risk sometime. And then with the tournament, you've got to make it visually appealing as well, and you've got to get some casting talent as well. You've got to you've got to sort one thing as well is you need to be able to sort out your graphics package. How are you going to display things to viewers? How are you going to make it appealing, basically? Um, there's all that production stuff as well that goes into it, and even if it is just drafts, and even if it is just a shitty MS Paint mock-up of overlays and broadcast and all of that, it's something. Like, I know that sounds insane, but sometimes that just works because shit happens. I've had insane things happen from just asking the question. Yeah, like strictly speaking, I'm having to think about this because from a production side of things, I'm without talking to somebody at my workplace, there's not much I can tell you anymore. Like I'm no longer able to give away my expertise for free because I would be in violation of contracts now. So that's sort of the stuff you have to think about. Because as I'm sure you guys are aware, I could wax lyrical about doing XYZ, but my hands are tied now. Thank you, Sophie. All right, shed load more miners I can make. One other thing. Actually, that's not a bad shout. Liam, reach out to the RSC. They sort of run like a grassroots. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, like CRL or the RSC. Talk to people who do like grassroots esports events and ask them how they did things. Why were you banned from RSC? What did you do? Long story. Okay. In lieu of them, find someone who does something similar. The FGC might be a really good place to start because they've got huge amounts of grassroots experience. Fighting game community. So for like Street Fighter, and Dragon Ball Fighters, Soul Calibur, all of those. The FGC is like well known for like having to like make their own events happen. Maybe I could reach out. Maybe I could see if any of my, if I can like put you in touch with any casters that I know that might be able to help. I'm not promising anything, but I can at least ask the question for you. Yeah, I know. I'm talking about talking to FGC casters because a lot of the time the casters are also a little bit aware or know who to talk to get you the information you need. Right, okay, so I've got my first little defensive turret. And any second now, I get an SMG. Right. What am I looking to research next? I think the main thing I need to do is just focus on automating red science. What do I need for red science again? Gears and copper plate. So, yeah, let's just focus on formalizing production. And he's saying, Zari, no. You're not wrong, but Zari, please. Okay. Let's just start making a... What? Liam, no. Liam, no. I like a bit of dark humor too, but please. I don't want to be banned from Twitch on day one back. Oh yeah, day two's fine. Yeah, absolutely day two. I'm going to regret those words later, I know it. It's like my spidey senses are just tingling. Right. So processing is going to happen around here. How much have I got? 4 mil, 2.8, 1. Okay. Yeah, iron's the main bugbear right now, so I need to fix that. And I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do that. Right. Gonna need a little more power. Right. Now we're getting somewhere. But I've got to redesign this. I need more furnaces. Next up, I need a splitter. Gonna need more than 4 total furnaces. Yeah, I know, but this is just the starting point. This is just to get things warmed up. Right. Let's lay these furnaces out. I need another splitter. And I have no furnaces with which to process things now. So, you. Make me iron plates. We're going to be here for some time. Is this what life is like without mini loaders? A mini loader's a mod. Right. Well, those 4 furnaces are underway. They're just going to get stuff done for the time being. What can I be doing in the meantime? There's not really much I can be doing. Because it is just getting these iron plates made. And then I can start thinking about making more of these to get the copper underway. Just keep getting this footpath built, because then I'll be able to get around a bit quicker. Ah, yes. Many, many furnace conveyors. Right. At the very least, we can get that lot going. We are getting started with a little bit of automation. I'm going to need an underground belt shortly. And a splitter. Right. I want my underground belt to just pop over there. Or I could make it neater by having the coal go that way. Yeah, that works. That's a lot neater. Splitter there. I then need as many conveyor belts as I can make. Okay, the bus is now forming. Okay, this is good. This is very good. So, with that in mind, I can probably make a cup. I can probably double up the output. No. Can't really do that. But if I move things around, then yes, maybe. Two. 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Right. Now let's lay some power down to the rest of these. Oh, hello. We have a dead one that needs fixing. Alright, we can get that in a minute. Ooh, not a fan of that. Okay, I need another underground belt. You, come here, I have need of you. There we go. It's ugly, it's awful, but it works. Feels like sacrilege. Why does it feel like sacrilege to you? Yeah. Okay, cool. I've got some spare coal, so I might as well hurl that into there. Okay. So, we've now got iron producing at a rudimentary but workable amount. Next thing I want to do is I want to get copper into the cycle. So what's going to be the best way to do that? Well, I need more of those to begin with. Okay, so we've got those 5 making. Oh. This is nice. I feel really nice and chill again. Right. Okay, yeah. You can naff off. You're done now. I think what I want to do is I'm going to run this around and up into the main bus. Because I am nice and chill. I know, but it's so nice to come back and also just have, like, everybody just pop back up when I hit go live. Because I wasn't expecting it. Like, I was expecting to hit go live and be talking to absolutely nobody for a good couple of hours. But no, fired up the stream, everybody showed up, which was really, really nice. So thank you for everybody for what was it? Subverting my expectations. Okay. Those copper nodes are going. I need more furnace. That'll do. Right. Need more inserters now. And a couple more than that. Actually, yeah, that's enough. Just to help. What could be good, actually, is if they live here. Okay, that's all gravy. Cool. And then we just run that all the way out here. I need more iron plates, to the shock of absolutely nobody. So how's everybody's week shaping up? What's everybody up to this week? Oh, no. You go there. Ah, my eye. I'm okay. I need a split and an underground. Then I need to clear back here. I'm going to need another splitter, but that we worry about later. Yeah, one thing as well that I've been doing on mine and Jordan's playthrough is I've made an excellent rail system. Like, I'm genuinely proud of myself for it. There we go. That is feeding along quite nicely. Ah, went in too low. Oh well, we'll redirect. Oh dear, I think I can hear cats fighting nearby. Let's grab a couple of undergrounds because it's helpful. So yeah, just as a reminder, this is us working towards red science automation. You outright should not have been encroaching there. That's just stupid. And then you're going to come out here. And then this is going to wind in here. The belt continues to expand. Cool. Okay, so we're slowly getting there now. My framing is god awful. Oh, hold on a minute. What day is it tomorrow? I think I have a call with a friend tomorrow. I do. I need to double check that he's available. Right, there we go. So that's that dealt with. Stone is now the interesting one because just with everything, I'm going to need the stone for some things, but I'm also going to need bricks. So I kind of need to split the output there and feed it out that way, while also giving myself a reasonable supply of bricks that I can just use. Okay, so that bit's sorted out. So hypothetically, I could start manufacturing red science now. I'm going to be quite annoying. Yeah, I want to bring it down to below the stone node and then process it. Okay, so the main bus is now coming along quite nicely. We're getting a nice backlog of copper and iron plates. Coal is just tick, 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 ticking along, but I might add a few miners onto it in a little while. Stone, I still need to figure out quite how I'm managing that, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so I need 3 assembling machines now. I need more assemblers because I forgot I'm making gears. Right. Gonna need a shed load of power again. Once that lab is done. Oh, I love this. Such an unknown bit of Chester's. I now want some undergrounds. So I'm going to be making gears. So we are going to split. And we are going to feed that under. I need a shed load more belts. And then I'm also going to need a split here. And some undergroundage there. So I'm actually going to run that out a bit further to accommodate. Let's just hook a few things back up. Just so it runs a little better. Right, so red science, yeah, copper plate and an iron gear. Happy days, jobs are good. I'll go there. And then fire that off. Yes, I did. I fucking did. And I'll fucking do it again. Right. That all goes in there. And then we go bang and bang and bang. He was use underground as a word for subway. Who were trying to make a joke. Yeah, no, that didn't click with me, I'm afraid. Okay, so we got gears. Right, maths. It takes 5 seconds to craft one of these. How much does that take? A second. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I get what you mean. What is it? One of my Magda, one of my really good mates, we just spitball ideas through Edensia all over the place, and it just ends up being silly a lot of the time. But there's some really good ideas that we keep coming out with that I'm hoping I'll be able to work on properly with the writing and get it across. Uh, Excuse me, just for anybody who missed it, I picked up writing a couple years ago, off the back of a D&D game I started, and it's been going quite well. I'm 60,000 words in and 31 chapters, which is a bit nuts, and I'm posting it online in places, which is really cool. Let's get 3 of those in. Yeah, and if anybody is particularly interested, I'll be more than happy to drop the link in chat if somebody wants it. Hey, well done, Callista. Go for it, it's my chat. Yeah, it's my chat. But if nobody's going to be interested, I'm not gonna waste my breath. Is the thing. Um, I blame Womble for this music. Actually, yeah, let's do that there. I know it looks heretical, but stick with me. Steal a few of those. 2, and yep. If I remember correctly, the reds are a little bit quicker. I need to set these. I need another splitter. Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me just grab that link. But yeah. There's my little writing project if anybody's interested. It's a bit rough around the edges in places, but it's improving as time goes by. I need to place my science labs. I need to place them better. Oh, you weren't expecting i3. It's just where I ended up posting it to begin with, and it seems to be working quite well for me. Despite the fact it being original work that I'm doing. Right, I want walls, I want radars, I want fast inserters, I want steel. May as well queue a few things up. No, could not recommend reading at work. But then again, you do you. I take no responsibility for what you do in your personal life. Alright, I think we've got the basic bus sorted out. Stone still hasn't been dealt with, but I think I'm going to deal with that next time. Oh, wait, hang on. I've ballsed this. Yeah, I've beansed this a little bit. I need to move my labs so they're a little bit more accessible. Yeah, there will do. Because this is going to be the lab that accepts all science. So, if anything, I need red science to go the furthest way around. And we go for a wooden box, just for buffering. Yeah, it's one of those things I didn't think of as well, but I think I just randomly tried it one day. I was like, oh, okay, that works. Right, there we go. And then I just need to run power from here. Yes, I know it looks a bit messy. I don't combine them. Yeah, I like having things on an independent belt because it causes less headaches for me. I find. And it means with greater saturation, means that I can sort of better measure what it is I'm feeding into what at any given time. Right. Ah, stone walls are now being researched. Fantastic. Right. I think that's a good little point. I might do some of the stonework now, just to wrap up, but I'm pretty pleased with the progress I've made today. Actually, I'll make a 6th. And I'm going to need... I'm going to do a bit less on the stone production, just because of how this is going to go. Let's get a radar made while I'm at it. Let's get some splits going. Let's see, I need one for the stone output and then one to split that off. Oh, the hell? Callista! It's... So, I've just had a gift from Callista of Project Wingman, which is really fucking funny, because I was talking to a writer friend of mine about Project Wingman earlier, because I love combat flight sims. Thank you so much, Callista. That's very kind of you. Oh, no, wait. I need to move that over a little bit. It looks like fun. Like, because, I mean, I grew up on Ace Combat 2 and 3. That's too far up, I think. Ah, interesting. I look forward to giving it a whirl at some point. I don't know when, but I'll get to it. I'm just so busy these days, and it's great. Oh, I needed a third split. Oh, no, I don't, because I've balanced it anyway. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. No, I did need the other split. There. Oh, no, busy's just, like... I can't stand to be sat still for too long. I just can't do it. So keeping busy just really, really just helps me feel like I'm doing stuff. It just helps. It's good for my mentally age. And as well, it means that because my brain works in an interesting way. I noticed this when I was a kid and have tested it repeatedly and have proven it works. The way my brain works is that I often subconsciously work through things. So, like, when I got stuck on video games as a kid, I realised that if I stopped thinking about it and went and did something else for a long period of time, I would just work through it. And I would eventually just... I would just get good at the game, basically, without playing the game. Which is weird to say out loud, but it worked. So close. But I've started to really appreciate the downtime where I can just relax and enjoy the silence, which is just such a nice feeling to be able to do. Right. I'm gonna need assembling machine next. Just the one, though. One assembling machine. Oh, such a good line. Okay, there we go. Let's get you making walls. I need you to fold back. I need loads more iron plates. Iron plates, iron plates. What was I doing? I'm going to need a split, a couple of those, and a load more belts. And I'm going to need way more belts. I think after this, well, once Green Science is made, I'm going to have reason to make a, do belt production. And then eventually what I want to do is when I find a new iron node, actually that one will do, once I can get up there, I'll start making a full-on belt factory. Actually, I think I'm gonna change my routing a bit. Let's grab another splitter. Yeah, that'll do. That's going to be an overflow box, because that will be really helpful in the long run. Right, so yeah, I'm going to route all of that up, and it's going to meet the main bus. There. That's the in points. Just going to wait for all the belts to make. Then I can hook it up and run it in. What do you mean a wall's not terminal? Pretty sure they're used for something. Fairly sure they are. I'm going to check the Factorio wiki now. You've got me doubting myself. Yes, they're used to make military science packs. There we go. Then... few more belts, and we have ourselves a nice bus. What I'm going to have to do in a moment, though, is I'm going to have to double up here and make a whole separate iron output so that I can get some decent steel production in. Yeah, look at that! That's our main bus! It's looking good. I think I can call that a respectable start. Okay, cool. I can't make displays yet, so I can't take notes. If I research circuit network, I can, but I'm not going to. Down, Zari. Down. Right, so, yeah. Red Science production is doing its thing. How much of it have we got going on here? A fair bit. So yeah, those labs are just going to do the work for the time being. Yeah. I'm going to make a few more boxes. Just because then later I can just plan out the routes. Yeah, so that's going to be how all my science goes in there. And if I have to do it going in both directions, I will. But yeah, that's our start point. So we're going to have stuff come in here and wrap into that. Some of it's just going to have to cut straight through and go in. And then we've got the sides here. So we've got plenty of space to make things work. So, yeah, if I do this again next time, yeah, I guess we'll carry on with this. There you go, force a bit of a backlog there. Yeah, these yellow belts are just, so slow. Right. I'm going to wrap up there. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and watching. I've had an absolute blast just chilling with you. It's been great. I think I gained a follower somewhere in that. Oh, yeah, Yuki followed me. That's kind of her. It's not the speed that matters, it's the consistency. I mean, you're not wrong. Right. Thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out. I'm just going to save this game as Streaming Fun 2026. I don't know when I'm going to do the next one of these. It might be next Monday. It might be sooner. It depends on how I feel. Or it could be on a night when me and my friends are doing something interesting game-wise. We'll wait and see. But I'm going to take this slow and tentatively for now and just see how we do. Right. But, as is tradition, we are going to do a cheeky little raid on the way out. And I know just the person I want to raid. So a friend of mine is a relatively new streamer. And she is... What is she streaming right now? She is actually streaming Project Wingman. So we are going to raid my friend Inkwell. So, right. I need to come up with a raid message. Right, I got it. I've got a raid message. Right, the raid message... The raid message is this. Right. There's your raid message. Copy it. We're going to spam it as we go in. Ink will know what it means. It's going to be great. Check 6, clear prop. All right. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready for the raid? Well, in that case, get ready to show your love to Ink, and I will see you next time, whenever that may be. Take care, everybody, and thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. Catch you later.